dream of mine to come here at Nebraska, watching the Huskers each weekend. Growing up, just throwing the football around, you always tried to imitate players like Eric Crouch and whoever was on the Nebraska football team.
It'll be weird. It at first won't seem like any other game, but after the game's over, I think it'll really hit me that was the last time running out of the tunnel, and that's the last home game I'll ever have here on the field. So it'll be good.
It's one thing looking at it from like a perspective of a fan up in the stands and everything, but the first time you're actually down to the field, walking through that area, and everybody's screaming and cheering for you, it's something that I really can't put into words. It's something like no other experience I've really had. So that was hands down the kind of neatest thing I've had happen since I've been here.
When you're a freshman and stuff, you have a bunch more times to go through that tunnel, but when it's your last time to do it, I'm sure there'll be all kinds of thoughts going through my head.
Just taking the field in front of 86,000 screaming fans in red, and just seeing that sea of red on a Saturday night in Lincoln under the lights is something so special and something I'm going to remember for the rest of my life.
It's a great feeling, and to have everybody there with you and everybody working together to achieve one goal is a great feeling.
And something that's kind of cliche, but we're all a group of family here, and just always playing for each other, always with each other, and doing things together.
There's so many things that define what this program's been about. As far as the coaching staff goes, the people around the stadium, my family, and last but definitely not least, my teammates. They're my best friends. And my dad always told me I'd find my best friends in college, and he wasn't lying. I know I found brothers in college and guys who I know I'll stay in touch with for the rest of my life, and that'll probably be the hardest thing, is knowing I won't be able to be around them and joke with them and hang out with them every day anymore, go through the sweat and the blood and the tears with them anymore.
The end means a lot. It means I'm playing for the guy to the right and the guy to the left. I'm playing for the guys that have played here before. I'm playing for the fans, I'm playing for the coaches, for my family. It just represents the whole Nebraska family and who I'm playing for.
The people that we get to deal with, and the experiences that we've been through as a team. You couldn't ask for a better experience here.
Had my dad play here back in the 80s, and seeing that helmet on his desk back at home, I always wanted to have my own, and being able to do that is just awesome.
I remember to this day running out of the tunnel walk with all the other recruits in my class, and there was some little boy standing right inside the tunnel walk, and he said, "Hey, are you going to be ready to play for us next year?" And that's a moment that stood out to me ever since I visited here.
It's meant a lot to be put in that same group as those great players, and that university tradition. Just to be part of that, I think, is a big thing in my life.
Basically, it's just all that this university stands for. It's the tradition, it's the integrity, it's how it sets you up in life. It teaches you so many things. I knew that it would be the best fit for me.
If you can find a way to persevere through it and find a way to get through it all, it makes you stronger as a person. And when you face problems, in the near future, you just feel like nothing can knock you down, because it seems like you've gotten up from everything that you've been faced with.
The fact that you become a role model in the community here means a lot to you, and means a lot to growing as a person and becoming a man.
You come in as a freshman and you're not really knowing what you got yourself into. You just here and you just know that you got goals that you want to accomplish. I think I haven't accomplished my goal yet, but I'm getting close, and I can see it, I can feel it, but I just don't want it to come so fast,
This last year, it's been everything I could have hoped for, and I've really appreciated everything that's happened. It's been tough, but I've loved it.
One thing I will miss the most about Nebraska is actually playing here. You have good fan base and stuff, so the fans are behind us 100%.
To me, it's been a big part of my life, and it always will be. I think being a Nebraska Cornhusker, you know, is something more than your average college football player.
It means a lot, you know what I mean? I'm blessed with this opportunity. A lot of people don't have this chance, you know what I mean? And I'm just, it's an honor to, you know what I mean, play for a traditional type program, you know what I mean, where it's so important to people.
I grew up as a young man, and the way Coach Bo he has this program, it's life after football. It's more than just football. It's being the athlete, being the student in class, and growing as a person. And that's one of the main things that helped me, you know.
I mean, just everything, the whole college atmosphere, the fans, my teammates, they're funny. But yeah, I mean, it'd be mostly the fans.
You know, to be, you know, considered a Nebraska Cornhusker, you know, that played football here, and you know, a student athlete at this university means a lot. You know, there's a lot of tradition here that, you know, has come through here. A lot of great players that have come through here, and you know, just to be able to say that you played and attended this university is something you're going to carry on for the rest of your life. And when people know that you went here, they respect that. They know what this university is about, and it's a great thing to hold on to.
I've never met greater fans, and everyone took good care of me, and I really fell in love with it.
Being part of such a great tradition and being part of a great program, and I don't know, it just means a lot to me.
You know, I know a lot of guys tell you that you're going to find your best friends, you know, the guys that you truly see as a second family to you on this team, and I most certainly have, and I consider every one of those guys on this team as one of my brothers, and I would like nothing to make this one big moment of 5 years that we've had, you know, end on a very high note, you know, maybe the highest note that we've ever had.
Football players, especially Nebraska football players, we impact on a lot of people's life, and little kids watching us and stuff like that. So it's been a humble experience. I'm excited to start after my college football, but I'm gonna be sad. I'm gonna miss this place a lot.